It's been a minute since I've updated you with everything that's going on, but there is a lot going on. Dude.
We got a horn, bud.
Yeah!
Yeah.
We want to test out the horn.
We just need Chris and Nick to know, get the fuck out of our way when you hear this thing.
You hear that, Chris and Nick? When you hear this slug shark coming up on you, you better get out the damn way, partner. Listen to it. Get used to it. Rigid lights are mounted, working on the visor. These are sick. They have the side shooters, which are awesome. Me and JoJo the other day mounted the rigid lights in the factory headlight location. So those will be awesome. Obviously they're not tightened down, just mocking up the wiring harness with rope right now. Cowboy's getting on that. I got the shock mounts and everything all done. Boom. Shock mounts are done. This has been fun. Obviously you can see my giant mess that's going down. This is where my rear subframe will come underneath the back of the chassis. With this being right here, it'll allow structure to obviously tie into the back of the cage, but also come down to here, and then it'll come down from here and have a hard bend with a tube splice, and then it'll go up underneath the motor to the other side, and then also bolt in right here where that bracket is going to go. The motor training bracket. Yeah, so shock mounts are on and done. Bunch of grind all over everything. So basically I doubled up this top plate and then made chromoly tabs and then a back plate as well here. You want to gusset the back side of this here as well if you're bringing the shock all the way back. I brought it back to where it is directly in line with my hub, so it is 1-to-1. I cut everything out for the shock to cycle in. I also mounted my reservoirs, and I'm not sure if I showed you guys the shocks. You guys saw them the other day. As you can see, it is a complete disaster in here.
Don't call you a professional mess maker for nothing.
I am a professional mess maker, that's for damn sure. And I'm gonna continue to make a big old mess. I just thought I'd give you guys a little quick update on that stuff.
Dude, stop dropping shit.
We're getting it though. We're getting it. I'm gonna keep it rolling though. The more I talk on here, the less I'm gonna get done. But figured I'd show you guys a little bit more of what's going on in the progress. So I'm gonna keep on keeping on, partner. Top of the morning. We made some major progress yesterday. I did not share as much as I should have. I was in full grind mode. But I want to show you where I left off at yesterday prior to bailing out of here. Fuel cells in. This is going to be where my Switch Pro is going to mount, the main box. Then I'm going to put my positives and my negatives here for my wire looms are going to go to the rear of the car and to the front of the car. Don't mind all this spaghetti. This is what it's supposed to look like for our wiring harness. I put the steering in. As you can see, steering's in, Heim's in, tab off the back. I also doubled it up with another plate on the bottom. So that way that's all sandwiched and super solid. Working on the visor for the front. Also have the oil cooler in, the oil filter relocator kit there. Shocks are in. Fuel fill is gonna go here. Got to trim that up and get that tacked up in there. And then the rear cage tubes. So you can see that they come down to the horns here, boom, to support the motor and transmission. And then also the tubes that come down and support my rear bumper. And then another tube will come off of here down and wrap around for my skid plate. The inner pivots are all torqued and tightened. Shocks are all gusseted and plated. Those need to be painted. I also put some armor on the bottom of the skid plate there to where, or not skid plate, on the bottom of the arm to act as a skid plate for my hoon handle cables. Definitely want to retain this girl. Bow, bow, bow. So I can slide her, because that's one of my favorite things to do in the bug is slide that girl around. Major progress. Also got the C tubes in that come from your B pillar all the way down to the back of the car. Everything's welded. There's a couple spots that in the back that were super hard to get to that I need to try and fish them in, but if not, no big deal. They're pretty much 3/4 of the way welded around. It is what it is back there unless I start cutting a bunch of stuff out. So plenty strong enough. What else? I got my horn mount on, my little stock horn that I'm gonna put on it. Sounds funny, that we tested the other day. That's done. A couple gussets as well for the fuel tank. And today I'm going to mount my secondary fuel pump somewhere up in here for my fuel lines and finish this fuel fill and whatever else is on my list. I got a pretty big list of shit to do today. So I believe I'm gonna set the transmission in. Got the transmission as well. Wow. Dave came through. Weddle makes these mid plates, or this front plate, to basically take the load off of your factory stock setup. I'm gonna drill a hole here and then weld a tab with 2 holes to the horns on the transmission in order to support the nose of the transmission, which picks up the whole perimeters of the nose cone section there. It's got the super diff in it, which gives you that'll give you 4 spider gears instead of just 2. Really helps with the load on the transmission and keeps the ring and pinion alive. I didn't have the cash to break bread and buy all the Weddle internals, such as the main shaft and the ring and pinion. I would have liked to, however, that shit's pricey. So this was what Dave recommended for what my budget was, to go this route, and this will help save those parts that are still plenty strong for this 1600 motor. But yeah, he's the master. He knows what he's doing, so I trust his judgment. And that's going in after I get a bunch of stuff painted. So basically, just got to get to it. This update was fun and exciting to share because of the progress. I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel as this thing's coming together. So I'm gonna keep my head down. It's Sunday. Worked 14 hours yesterday. It's like 8 o'clock this morning, but I think I'll be able to get out of here by like 8 o'clock today. We'll see. Yeah, it's time to get it. Look who showed up. What's up?
Fine. Brakes okay.
Brakes okay. You know what? He just adjusted all my brakes and came through. These boys are from Ensenada. Little backstory. When we took the Scumbug down to Ensenada after I kind of helped Bad Brad build it, you watched the Hoonigan video, right?
Yes.
He found us at a taco shop down in Ensenada before the start of the Baja 1000 last year, right? 2 years ago? 2 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah. Since then, we've kind of kept in touch and been homies ever since. They went to Monster Jam here in San Diego. They're going back to Ensenada tonight. However, his father...
The picture of the tacos.
Yeah! Proof is right there. That's awesome.
And the papa. Your papa.
Yeah, that's your papa. He came through and helped us out on some stuff with the slug shark today. And in Mexico, he helped us fix a bunch of stuff that we just I didn't get to put my hands on prior to going down there. And yeah, so he just came through and was like, "What's up? You get your brakes adjusted yet?" And I'm like, "Nope." He brought the whole fam. They're outside, but the mom, daughter, he's just, "I'll be done in a minute, honey. No big deal." He's coming through. Now he's hitting shit. All right, I like it. You want a hammer? You want a hammer? But dude's a legend. Dude is a legend right here. It's good. But So he just adjusted all my brakes and re-bled them again. He wanted to get a little bit more brake out of it, and I had them kind of a little bit loose for his liking. He said they'll break in, they'll center up a little bit more. So he went tight, a little tighter on them. Fair enough. You know what? This guy I trust. I trust entirely. Little update. We got the fuel fill neck support in. We got the fuel pump, the backup electric fuel pump done, welded on the bracket for the oil filter remote location, fresh air system for the rugged setup. Steering wheel's back in, the front visor front visor's in. Nice and tight. Look at that. Yeah. Troy got the front wiring harness already all kind of laid out. I'm gonna mount my transmission next. So, what's up, Troy? What's going down? You stoked on this progress or what?
Yeah, we're getting a long ways in a short amount of time, but we only have a short amount of time, so.
It is what it is. I got the transmission back from McDowell. This has the super diff in it with 4 spider gears. I think I talked about that earlier. Drilled my holes for where that's gonna weld to the horns coming off the back of the car. Drilled those all out. Now I'm going to use my Maxima Pro Gear 75 140 weight. This stuff is the shit right here. I run.
To adapt from metric to
Shh, we can't give away all our secrets, dude.
Top secret information I'm trying to give away here.
Top secret. We're giving you guys just enough though, just enough. But this is what Maxima is what I run in everything. Literally brakes, grease, not for the CVs. The CV grease I think they need to still work on, but power steering, obviously not in the Slug Shark, but top to bottom in Megalodon has Maxima in it. I'm gonna dump this in. We're gonna set this transmission in the car, which is gonna be huge because then we can do CVs and a few other things, axles, torsion tubes, tighten the shit out of the stub axles, and hopefully get the motor from Richard in the next couple of days, put that in, finalize our wiring harness, start making the rear wiring harness, front wiring harness, the whole 9 yards. It's go time. We have less than 2 weeks.
We want to test.
We have less than 2 weeks before we gotta go to the Mint, and we would like to test prior to going to the Mint. These guys said that they'll come and help, which is huge. So many people have offered to come and help, which is awesome and humbling. But right now, it's us. Trans time. Sunday fun day. Yeah, hair's looking great today. Oh man. Yeah. All right, let's do this. Tranny going in. Right there. His face is covered in steel. However, the boys came through and we got a whole bunch wrapped up. Transmission is in. Clutch cable is in. Transmission mounts are in. We got the torsions, the sway away torsions in and check. We flip the spring plates on opposing sides to where we can get a bolt. Usually it goes through and threads into the top side, but he said flip them over, drill the bottom, go 4 through bolts, right? 4 through bolts. Yep. We put some new 10 millimeters in here. What else did we do, Troy?
We got a lot done.
So much.
Spare tire in.
Oh, spare tires in. Yep, hooks are in. Boom, boom, boom. With a speed strap down here. That's all painted. We rebled the brakes again.
All this finalized pretty close in the rear.
The only thing in the rear left is the air filter box.
Air filter box, and we got to make the tube for the gas fill.
Yep.
That's the only things left in there, and that's simple.
Otherwise, fuel pump, oil filter relocator,
rugged fresh air.
The fresh air system.
We got our oil cooler bracket here. We got all kinds of good stuff.
Rigid light. We put that over there because we painted everything. Torsion bars are in and done.
Do you know why they're in? is this bad mofo right here. This
Yep.
bad mofo. He's been
Just
doing
handled
for years.
it.
He's been doing it for years.
Yeah.
This is 40 years.
We call him.
Guys. 40.
We call him
years.
Papi. He's Papi.
40 years experience, dude. He doesn't joke around.
No, he does not. No, he's the man.
Listo,
Yeah.
toda la suspensión.
Yeah.
Ready to suspend.
That's-
Maximum.
Yeah. So everything's greased up, lubed up, torqued. Only thing left, I'm gonna weld this factory weld over this factory weld right here on the pivot, just because that weld looks super chintzy. But I'm gonna put some tape back over that so where I don't get any little burrs on it. But transmission is in, and I'm so pumped on
Hey,
that.
Poppy Gringo.
What's
Hey,
up?
Poppy Gringo.
You know what else Poppy did for us today? He bled the master, redid all of our brakes, readjusted everything, got
Yep.
everything right and tight. We're ready to roll. As soon as she's back on the wheels, Poppy's got it all set up for us.
He wants to come test with us. If we can make it happen, we're gonna try and test next weekend. That'll give us a week grace period if everything goes well. Troy's got a lot of wiring to do.
Yep. Starting tomorrow.
When we set this thing on its wheels, we're gonna give this 3 Ugga Duggas, and we're gonna sit on it as well.
Yeah, we're gonna you're gonna sit on
sit
it.
on-
Sit on
He's
it.
gonna sit on the big bar.
Dude, I'm gonna sit on the snout.
How
dude.
big of the bar are you gonna
we
sit
got-
on?
Come on, you know worth it, dude. Come on.
She sits on the biggest
Oh,
bar.
get her out.
Yeah.
Here, try it out.
Oh god! All right,
down,
all right.
baby.
It's getting weird. It's getting weird, but
Photos later, dude. I'm getting feisty.
the car's looking so sick. Oh, don't mind that headlight. It's just not adjusted. Whoa! Tight. All right. Well, that's a wrap. I'm out. We're out.
Let's get out of
Give
here.
me some. I'm a professional mess maker as always.
Okay, see you.
That's a wrap for tonight.
Good to meet you.
Tomorrow's a new
See you
day.
soon. Next week.
I got so much. We got so much done. I don't even know what to
Come
do
here the
tomorrow.
next one.
Okay.
Here it is. Sábado.
He's coming. He's gonna show me how to drive this thing too. Fuck it, whatever, man. Yeah.
Check the other.
We're also
guys
gonna
are
put
rad.
a little,
These guys are rad.
cut in, and he's gonna be just sending it through on his videos and his car that he's built, and all of the cars that he has experience in. So
Lots
Let's do
of
this.
experience.
woo!
Yeah.